The hell happened, bro? Yo, let's see some. Let's see some. Let me see some. Let me see some. Let me see some. Let me see some. Brain, you choose your crush. Why? Give me the brush. Don't the sick clutch. Yeah, let's see. Yeah. No, no, no. I'm gonna watch this. Okay, this is probably gonna be. Yo, I'm so surprised. Minecraft movie was not a flop. To be honest, I low key thought it was. That was gonna be. Let me this. Okay. Let's actually lock in. Yeah, where the hell is my thing? Yeah, right here. Uh huh. Yeah. To be honest, I'm low key so surprised. The Minecraft movie was not a flop. Literally, I thought that shit was gonna be like it was. Literally, was a troll movie. Like still, I thought it was gonna be like flop really bad. Like close to the Snow White movie. That's just at 1.3 stars. Ouch. Ouch. I feel bad. I don't even feel bad. I do somewhat. Well, not at the same time. But like, yeah. But it's actually, I heard it's actually tough. It's just a troll, chicken yaki or some shit like that. Oh my lord, bro. I actually want to watch it now, bro. But like, I still think they should have honestly made it like pixely at least. Like that's Minecraft story mode was Loki tough as shit. That was Loki tough. That was Loki tough. Minecraft story mode. I don't know if you. I don't think everyone played it, but like, actually, you can't download it no more. You can Telltale games and shit. But like, yeah, it was actually so nice. I look, miss it. I got PTSD now. But I'm gonna watch it probably like maybe this Saturday, maybe Friday. I don't know when I'm gonna watch it, but I'm still gonna try watching it. Whenever I watch it, I watch it. Happy, happy, happy. The hits.
I want to break free.
Have a break. Have a Kit Kat.
Watching dough rise always fills me with inspiration.
Don't ever look at my savings account.
Now that it has come out, it is getting at least. All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to
300 mil from the start, bro. It just started. 300 mil first week.
another video here on the channel, and today we're going to be talking about the Minecraft movie, which I've already made a couple of videos about over the last few months, kind of just talking about it as the trailers dropped, more or less reacting to those as everything was going on, but it has now obviously been out for a few days. It officially box office opened over the last weekend here, and it's been making not only just a whole lot of headlines just because of how successful it's been, but obviously I'm sure many of you have seen online all of the memes and the rap.
That's playing the OG GTA, bro. I miss that Vice City. I can easily still play it, but like, I want to break free. Oh my, shit is lagging.
Become like the biggest opening for a video game adaptation ever. In fact, everyone seems to be pretty surprised by just how successful the movie is. Now, obviously, Minecraft is a massive IP. It is a billion-dollar game franchise. It's one of the most popular video games of all time, and there's not really much comparison with other games when it comes to the popularity, right? Even for like a decade now, Minecraft has just been one of the top games pretty consistently. So I think most people, myself included, even those of us who...
It's different from all the other games. It's literally different. Even though it's literally the same repetitive shit, but it's different. get different experiences. The mobs act the same but different at the same time. You know?
Didn't really think the trailers looked great, weren't really going into this with like the best mindset quality-wise for the movie, right? Even I think we're pretty surprised knowing just how well this movie has been selling so far. So not only is it like selling out all over the place and, you know, theater.
Honestly, most people thought it's gonna be flop. I can't even lie. So many people.
Are packed all over the country and whatnot, but it has also become this massive.
Yo, someone was, they basically body slammed the, what's it called? One of the guys. One of the workers in the theater, some guy body slammed them. That's a place for fights now. A lot of fights happen there.
Massive meme online. I'm sure many of you guys have seen the clips of like Chicken Jockey and all this other shit going on, right? So with this whole thing
Chicken Jockey
going on right now, and the Minecraft movie being the phenomenon that it is, unfortunately there's some bad things that are going on, but obviously there's also a lot of good going on. So I've been reading a lot of the reviews because I'm really interested to see what people have to say about this movie, and I think that the main thing that the movie, at least like critically or from like fan reviews so far, is suffering from is it seems like there's several different segments of the Minecraft audience, and depending on like what segment of the Minecraft audience that you're in, I think it really dictates your outlook on this movie, because this movie, for whatever reason, I feel like when I'm looking at the reviews and like I'm seeing people talking about it, the beliefs or whatever about the movie that people have gotten from seeing it, they seem very split. Like obviously every movie there's going to be people who are like, oh, this movie's good, some people think it's bad, but with this one it's just like firmly people are either loving the experience or they think it's like the worst piece of shit that's ever been compiled on film, right? Now, me personally, I haven't seen it yet, so I can't, you know, say, oh, I love the movie or I hate the movie, because I think it would be pretty insane.
Bro, it's actually crazy though. This shit, my stress is too.
For me to come on here and just lie to you guys, right? I haven't seen it yet. I am definitely interested in at least watching it once at this point. I wasn't necessarily like ready to jump in and see it at the theater like before it came out, but like I said, there's a lot of people who think that it's really good so far. Now these people, it seems to me, are like the more laid back casual audience who they probably, no offense or whatever, they just like to consume media, right? They like to go to the movies with their friends. They like Minecraft. They grew up playing Minecraft, watching Minecraft videos, whatever, right? And they enjoy the like references and all of the other things going on, the memes, the Jack Black and Jason Momoa and all the stuff that's going on with this movie, right? These people are a little bit more enamored by what they've seen. Some of them are children, some of them are adults, but then it seems like the people who like take video game media and stuff like that, like quality of media, film critic-y kind of people, right? They seem to be the ones who really aren't thrilled with what we got. Now, admittedly, I think there are probably some issues.
Bella, let's go with that.
I still think that these, like, literally, I'm not hating. It's not really hating. But literally, they should honestly, like, done. They should honestly, like, done, what's it called? What's it called? What's it called, Chad, bro? Think. Made the characters Locky. They should gotten the black guy who actually looks like Steve in there to be Steve. Well, I don't know.
Ella, Sophia.
Yes, because he's a box
You've
head.
already used all these before.
Then pick whatever you'd like. It's just a name. Nothing more.
Shauna, target sighted.
Roger.
The hell is this?
issues that this movie has that anyone will notice. I mean, let's be real, like the story for a Minecraft movie is going to be a pretty tough thing to create anyway, considering it's a sandbox game with really like no actual lore or anything like that. I mean, you could make a Skyrim movie based on like the lore and the settings and whatnot. You can't really do that in the same regard with something like Minecraft. So a lot of the people who are kind of like shitting on the movie or don't like it so far, their qualms are with like the actual quality of the writing, the quality of the storyline. A lot of them are complaining that the characters are bland and dull and things like that, which honestly, like I said, I feel like 80-90% of us probably could have predicted that the plot line and the characters and stuff like that was probably going to be the weak point here. First and foremost, it's a movie that's primarily aimed at children, which usually you feel like the people making movies or whatever, they usually give themselves a lot more leeway to kind of skimp out on these things because it's more about like attracting the attention of the children watching the movie rather than like feeding them a good story or something. But like I said, with a movie based on Minecraft as a game, it's going to be hard to like write something where the storyline is just like perfect, you know.
Cause like this, so how the hell nigga get some blaze fucking elytra? You know what? You have to go to the fucking. You need to go to the nether. Then go into the what's it called? Into the end. She was going to the end and defeat the Ender Dragon. You could, yeah. There's ways to escape without defeating it, but like.
Just this absolute cinema. But that seems to be like the part that people are harping on the most, at least when it comes to like, oh, what we don't like, what we think is bad. A lot of people think that it's cringy and whatnot, which it seems like right now it kind of just depends. Like a lot of the people who are like really old Minecraft fans, people who've been around since the beginning, a lot of them tend to be in the more negative side from what I've seen. Now, the movie has become such a massive phenomenon that there have been other issues regarding the movie. So one of the big things that's kind of going on in the theater experience right now for Minecraft is apparently in a lot of the showings for the movie, people are being kind of rowdy. They're like reacting excitedly when shit's going on. I guess like when the whole chicken jockey thing happens on the screen, there's been like theaters full of people just like yelling along to it, like clapping, standing up, throwing their fucking drinks, throwing their popcorn.
Oh yeah, I look, you saw videos on that too. Let's see. Just go chicken jockey. Yeah! Everyone just. That's a waste of popcorn though. It's a waste of popcorn. How the hell she found out? Shoot, I basically fucked up the relationship. No, accidental.
You know, apparently it's gotten so bad at some theaters with people like just throwing shit everywhere, like making a mess and whatnot, that they've had to like ask people politely to like, hey man, you know, I get you're excited over the movie, but please don't throw your shit everywhere. Obviously the employees have to go through and clean that up after everybody leaves and whatnot, and so at that point you're basically just putting extra work and whatnot on these people working at the movie theater, which I can understand that, you know, I can understand not wanting people throwing soda at the screen or like dumping it all over the seats or whatever. Now this is happening to a varying degree. Some people, you know, they're just like the theaters are being polite. Some people like are getting experiences where the kids or whoever's watching are just having a good time. They're not being like rowdy, but apparently I just read a headline here. Apparently during a screening
I'm trying to buy a casino out here, bro. Go shopping.
Of the Minecraft
Social media. Let's see, big dog. Auction houses purchase rare commodities.
movie, a worker at one of these movie theaters was body slammed by a moviegoer.
Yeah,
which
see,
I don't...
that was literally what I was talking about. They just be body slamming all the all the people. Yo, it's actually funny. It's actually funny, bro.
I don't even understand how the fuck that happens. Like, how do you go to a Minecraft movie that is aimed
literally for kids, and after you just start body slamming other people, the people who basically let you use, oh shit, OnlyFans? What the hell, bro?
primarily for children?
Share bit life to a friend. Why the hell is it crazy? I'm gonna have to
right, in terms of demographic, and you're in there like getting so
I'm
worked.
not actually doing that, bro. That's bad for business. That's literally bad for business. Bro. The feature is literally free in-app purchases. Free in-app purchases.
Up or whatever, that you're like assaulting the employees of the movie theater. I don't think that has anything to do with the movie. I think that's more of like home training, parenting, product of society kind of bullshit going on there. But you know, this movie, it's such a huge meme. It's such a big like cultural thing online right now. It seems like everybody's been talking about it. And so as a result, there's like a lot of attention on it. There's a big spotlight on it. And whenever there's a spotlight on things like this, you will have people in society who deem it necessary for whatever reason to go out and just make complete fucking idiots of themselves. And it's kind of unfortunate that that's the case because, like I said, this is a movie, and I think a lot of people forget this. This is a movie that is aimed at children. Now, don't get me wrong, a lot of us who are adults, we grew up playing Minecraft, but it's very clear from like the writing, from everything going on, the animation, the people that they casted, this movie is meant for kids. So it's just kind of double embarrassing, I think, for people to be acting violent and fucking stupid at a children's movie of all things, right? But it's been a pretty pleasant...
They're just bored. They're just bored as hell, bro. Guys are bored. Literally. What the hell? Why is the show okay and I can't get it? What the hell?
Prize for the most part in terms of like what the movie has had to provide. I mean, even the people who like do the projections for like how a movie is going to perform at the box office, from what I was reading, the analysts were expecting for the Minecraft movie to open the weekend and make about $150 million, and the Minecraft movie actually completely blew past that. It was insane. Apparently it made about $163 million over the opening weekend. It, like I said, leapfrogged the Super Mario movie for like the largest opening weekend or whatever. It also apparently even reversed a massive downward trend for the movie theater industry in general. So from what I've been reading, apparently the box office deficit was at about 13% negative this year. So people weren't going to the movies as often. There wasn't anything there enticing people to go. Obviously, I think we all know that movie theaters have ridiculously high prices to try and cover their margins. That's also like a huge turnoff, especially with like all the tariff uncertainty and the economic uncertainty. People just don't want to go spend movie money, right? They don't want to go to the movie theater and deal with the bullshit right now. But with this movie, apparently it has made a massive reversal. It's been quite the weekend, or the turnaround, I guess, for the movie theaters. And they're hoping that the momentum is going to last through the rest of the year. Now,
did he snap his neck again? Give her money? You're basically bribing her.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't typically keep up with movies, right? I don't really keep up with what's going on. So I really don't know what's like slated to come out this year in terms of like future releases by other
We should not keep the bait crazy.
companies, but as it looks right now, the Minecraft movie is probably going to be one of, if not the biggest movie of...
It's hitting a mill. It's literally hitting the mill. I know damn well.
...the year in terms of success. And overall, over the last few years... I think we've all seen it, right? Where a lot of these video game adaptations are coming out in theaters or on streaming services, and a lot of them are doing very well. I mean, even with like TV, the Fallout series had season 1 air last year through Amazon Prime. It was pretty well received. They're working on season 2. The Super Mario Brothers movie.
Okay, so look both ways. Multi-turn ahead. Fuck! Like the hell? I'm supposed to take my
Was a huge
test on that. Okay, let me try taking it again. My bad.
Success. Now Nintendo is working to continue adapting other movies based on their games and whatnot, right? The Minecraft movie has been a huge success. It will probably be followed up. I think it's already slated to be followed up with a sequel. And it's just, I don't know, kind of weird to see the success for movies like this, because even when I was a kid, video game adaptations had this like really terrible reputation. I mean, everything that was video game adaptation related was basically like a box office failure. It was commercially panned. Even the audiences who liked the games didn't like the movies. It just kind of sucked, like growing up with video game adaptations. But now they're like really decent. They're actually getting good production, getting, you know, good casts or whatever. They're making money and people are enjoying them to some degree. So I guess we'll have to see how it finishes out here. It looks like it's on pace to do pretty well. But I just wanted to go ahead and talk about how successful it's been already, the impact it's already kind of having and whatnot. So anyway, with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like. Subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel. Follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at SubTheOptimist. Make sure to check out
And peace out. Crazy, bro. That was actually fun. I didn't even do anything. Unable to do anything. Do it. Give me the win. Don't know what to say. Do it again and again. I don't even know what to put. What really happened to Snoop Dogg? That's not Snoop Dogg. Don't know what to even say. Do it. That's not Snoop. Businessman, business influence going to prison for scamming $1 million, bro. How the hell do people fall about your course and after?
The future of your business is here. With Wix, you get advanced AI capabilities for more customization, more time, and more growth.
Red lane ends.
Speed up your website copy with an AI text generator.
This influencer was arrested for building a fake luxury life, stealing over $100,000 worth of brand items and forging fake government documents that praised his company, which all came crashing down after he couldn't even pay for a single food delivery. How that's even possible, I have no idea, but...
How the hell you scam people over $1 million and you can't pay for your only food delivery?
That just goes to show how deceiving things can be online. It's safe to say this guy is one of the most prime examples of how someone's life on the internet can be completely fake. This guy is essentially nothing more than an illusion, a simple facade that doesn't match reality. So meet Shin Tung Sheng, a Singaporean influencer with more than 350,000.
I'm singing Singaporean. Oh shit, that's what
investor who work with banks to fund houses/institutions that trade currency. Vague. I feel like one of the biggest telltales of a scammer is when someone describes what they do and it just doesn't quite make sense. So allegedly, he also did quite a few things. He owned an entertainment and asset management company, was the director of a Singaporean-based company called Gray Solutions, and also served as a director of a concierge company. Then in a South China Morning Post list, he was featured as one of Singapore's top influencers. And this was essentially for flaunting his luxurious and prosperous lifestyle and fancy cars that he, I guess, drove. However, while he was staging
Gamble in life. See, I'm becoming a gambler. I won jackpot 100. Oh, 100K. Easy. Luxury wealth. Oh, I'm reaching 5 mil. Should I gamble again? Nope. Play blackjack. Niggas are trying to get me fucking. Sure.
all that for the public his entire life.
Try becoming rich, so trust me, bro. Fuck, I'm not lucky. I was not lucky. See, the odds of me getting 10. Fuck, oh my lord, this is how you become a gambler, bro. I'm literally losing money. So, oh my lord, please, I'm literally losing. Please.
It's complete forgery. As of now, he's confessed to one of the most elaborate strings of frauds that I've seen in a while. And I'm not even talking about the typical influencer stuff like renting private jets or photo shoots or posting old travel photos to pretend they're always traveling when actually they're sitting at home. I mean, this dude just took things...
Or in those type of planes, fake planes, like niggas rent for like 3K. They don't even rent it. They only stay there for like just photo. Shoot. Better luck next time. See, I'm still rich, so I don't care. Try gambling. And it did not work out right for me. Sadly.
To a whole new level. He forged documents claiming to have $1 billion in his bank account. He created fake letters from the Prime Minister's office, and he scammed luxury hotels and shopping malls, and even broke into a bungalow and stole over $100,000 worth of Louis Vuitton. And all of this apparently just...
They didn't catch him since, bro? They didn't catch him since? Completed 10 hours. You need flexible. Ah, shit. I need 40, so I just keep doing that till.
It's happened in like 2 years. So his schemes were pretty bizarre and elaborate, to say the least. So this story starts off about 5 years ago during the pandemic, when the world was desperately seeking medical supplies, and Tung Sheng saw an opportunity. He managed to convince 2 different people to become partners in his business of importing and exporting these test kits. He assured that, hey, I have strong connections to the Singaporean government, and apparently massive financial backing as well to prevent the problems. At some point, he even arranged to purchase millions of masks for hospitals.
What the hell is that? So, a runner, diver, floater, Florida. Fuck. Oh my lord. I feel the
Singapore and all around the US. But to make this deal legitimate, and I guess complete a transaction of this size involving some medical supplies, he first needed to prove his company had enough money, which required an attestation letter from a law firm. Attestation. All right, I'll Google on my phone.
Attestation.
Holy shit, you said it right. That's crazy. And this is where things start to get a little wild, because instead of, doing what any serious and trustworthy investor or entrepreneur would do by stating his actual amount of money, he created a fake document claiming to have $1 billion in his bank account.
Yeah, after the fucking government hears that, oh, you check that shit? This nigga does not. Yeah.
Yes, this man sent a law firm a statement showing a balance of $1.8 billion in Singaporean dollars. And in American dollars, that would be $1.3 billion. And then he also apparently showed another bank account that had $12 million in it as well. I think this was a personal one. And the absolute icing of the cake here is, in addition to these fake balances, he also submitted a fraudulent letter from the Prime Minister's office of Singapore thanking him for helping his country to provide medical support during these tough times. That's a bold move. I mean, it would honestly probably be easier claiming that you're Jeff Bezos instead of doing something like that. And indeed, he didn't get away with it. Because apparently 6 people eventually filed police reports against him after conducting checks that revealed there was some pretty big differences between his actual bank accounts and what he submitted to them. And Tung Sheng was initially given a 2-year conditional warning.
How do I get smarter in this game?
In January 2021 for these offenses. But instead of learning his lesson, he just went on to commit even more scams. Because why not, I guess? So between August 2020 and April 2021, this guy, he found a new way to fund his fake lifestyle by scamming a Singaporean shopping mall called Ion Orchard out of nearly 77,000 Singaporean dollars, which is roughly 58,000 US dollars. And he did this in vouchers apparently. So he exploited a loyalty program where registered members could earn points by uploading photos of receipts showing their purchases at that shopping mall. So Tung Sheng, he created about 26 fake member accounts with a bunch of different email addresses and phone numbers, all traced back to him, so he could upload forged documents of receipts claiming that he made these purchases. At least he toned it down a bit. At least he went from going, hey, I have $1 billion in my bank account, trust me, to taking some Louis Vuitton receipts. He went for the money shot first, and then he went down a few pegs. He humbled himself a little bit. He was like, all right, I went way too big to begin with. Let's chill a bit. Maybe we'll get away with it. Spoiler alert, he did not. Because naturally, the mall staff eventually noticed some suspicious activity across these different accounts, and they all checked with Louis Vuitton, and the store confirmed that none of those transactions were real. But even after getting caught there, he was still not done, because in July of 2022, he checked into the Amara Sanctuary Sentosa, a luxury hotel in Sentosa Island, Singapore, with his girlfriend. But when he was about to check in and pay for their 12-day room, he showed the receptionist a fake screenshot claiming that he's already paid about $10,000 to stay there from July 19th until the 31st of July. The receptionist took a look at the photo, and of course that was a forged image. He edited the image, and then she handed over the keys for him. However, on the second day of his stay, the hotel's finance manager noticed that no payment had actually gone through.
Oh, they actually checked it. Crazy.
When confronted, Tung Sheng insisted that no, he actually paid, and even provided even more edited evidence that he paid.
God shouldn't have done that, bro. Just cooked himself. Bitch, he just cooked himself.
Submitted more fake bank statements that he did in fact pay. But a few more days passed and the payment still hadn't processed. The finance manager then took...
For him, I would just leave the hotel. He should have just left. Like, honestly, he should have just left. It would have been good for another, maybe like 2 months.
Took a closer look at his bank statements and realized it was all forged. So on July 27th, after confirming that Tung Sheng was still in his room, the finance manager called the police and he was arrested. But he wasn't even finished there either, because before being arrested, he was still at this luxury hotel that he hadn't paid for, and he faked an online transaction for a 63 Singaporean dollar Food Panda delivery, which is apparently their version of Uber Eats. So after the money was taken out of the driver's wallet, even the delivery driver filed a police report against Tung Sheng for not receiving this payment. I mean, that has to be a new low. Being so committed to your fraud that you can't even spare $47 for the delivery guy who brought you your food. Meanwhile, on your Instagram, you're posting Lambos and just rocking full like Gucci tracksuits and Louis tracksuits. Come on. How pathetic can we get here? So now I'm sure you're thinking, well, it can't get too much worse than this. Well, here on my content, it normally does. Because in October 2023...
How does it get worse than that? Itchy. Him getting arrested by the police. Oh, baby, she did that shit. Guys, he went to jail after. Boom. He was trying to... He basically pulled out his phone. Said he paid all the fucking police family... All the families. He probably showed the police money that he sent to them. Well, that shit was fake too.
he replied to an advertisement for renting a bungalow in Sentosa. This is the same high-end island that he was at previously when he was scheming a different hotel room. And here he finessed himself into some sort of like house viewing, because he went to view the same house several times between October and November of that year. He then apparently spotted 3 large trunks, even suitcases, and 4 boxes from the designer Louis Vuitton. So 1 month later in December, a worker hired to conduct repairs and maintenance to the bungalow noticed that some items on the display were missing: 2 trunks, 2 suitcases, and 4 small boxes. A police report was made, and the investigations revealed that Tong Sheng had entered the bungalow while it was unoccupied, either by using the passcode he memorized from the front door or by sneakily unlocking the back door during one of his tours of the house. So after he was brought in for questioning, he confessed to stealing 2 Louis Vuitton trunks valued more than $50,000 each, and 6 other items, which he sold to people online and to luxury resellers. And probably the craziest thing about this story is, while, you know, he's so committed to all these crimes, he still managed to run this Instagram account with more than 350,000 followers and growing for years, portraying himself as this extremely successful and wealthy guy who only existed, I guess, in his own imagination, because none of this was real. So this guy literally destroyed his life fake flexing online. It was more important for him that random people on the internet thought that he was rich than for him to just live a happy life. Yeah, it's kind of sad. This is just another reminder that you got to take everything you see on Instagram.
He just wanted the social media clout. That was basically it. He just